Yes, sir, we promised you a great deal here tonight.
Andre, the China WrestleMania!
Hulkamania is running wild.
My God, what a It's not a world is watching!
Shit. Listen, we got an intimate crew today. There is legitimately me and two other people here. So y'all gonna have a lot of my face. And we've got Aidan, we've got Adam, but we're going over the pond, I guess is what they say. And I have some really odd questions. I'm very much interested in what life is like over there. I know that's really, really odd to say. And obviously we're going to follow and ask Aidan, the tough hitting questions of his wrestling journey, why this pay-per-view was picked, and all of that good jazz. And I promise you, we won't be as crazy as we were last week. And hey, Bella's making an appearance. You got enough treats. You got enough treats. Yeah, I know. So with that being said, away we go. I saw you did this, Aidan. Did I do it right? Did I do it good?
Command good.
How do you say it? How do you say the last name?
O'Callaghan.
All right. I've been saying it that way, but I'm like, I don't want to assume. I don't want to have that Boston.
Yeah, no, I think when it gets over to your side of the world, that there starts dropping letters left, right, and center for anyone that's on my family tree. I think there's G's and H's and everything fall out of it. But
okay.
Yeah, that's
all right.
That's how we
I was legit concerned about that. I'm like, I don't want to hope I don't fuck this up. So Aidan's here with us. Adam's here with us. Ireland. That's what we're up. That's what we're doing today.
Oh, you're doubling down, yeah.
Dublin? You're in Dublin?
No, we're doubling down, two of us.
Oh, doubling down. That's what I thought it was Dublin. Is Dublin Ireland though?
Yeah, it's capital, yeah.
That's the capital, yeah.
So Adam's been here with us before. Adam, is that the rarely squeezed Tony Schiavone behind you?
It is indeed.
So I'm not kidding you. I said, screw this. I started a new job back in November, and that particular poster is in my office. I put it up on the wall in my office. People don't know what the hell it's all about, but
Yeah.
So Adam from Bama will be joining us later. Phil was having internet problems. Brandy is getting I don't know if y'all know what this is, but a boudoir shoot. She's gonna pose half naked and be in a book. That's what's going on there. Some sort of sexy thing going on. Henry's working. He may join us later, but we're recording earlier than we typically do because it's a 5-hour difference. So it's what, 10:14 over there right now?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't want to keep y'all waiting. What we're gonna do, and we'll get right into the conversation, is we're gonna start SummerSlam 2000. We're gonna skip the Open. The Open is pretty kick-ass. It's got, I think it's one of the last Opens that Classy Freddie Blassie did. I think Classy passed away like 01 or 02. I'll have to double check that. But so what I love is that Aidan and Adam both still have WWE Network. So I our US folks, just you got to go to the cock, and we're gonna go to season 13, episode 1, and we're gonna start right at 27 minutes. That is the Eddie Guerrero and China versus Trish Stratus and Val Venus, an intergender tag team match, which I think nowadays is really considered a hot topic, but that back then it wasn't. So, so for me here, that's 27 minutes even. We're doing 27 even. Let me see what's up here. I gotta mute this and just let me get to 27. And then y'all let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, is it just for when the entrances are starting, is it?
Looks that way, yeah. Let me just see. Yeah. So what I see on my screen is they're announcing a special start time for Monday Night Raw. It says 11 p.m., 9 p.m. Pacific.
2 seconds. Wayne keeps skipping to the next year for some fucking reason. Sorry, I'm not. Am I allowed to swear?
You're allowed to swear. You're allowed to say whatever the hell you want. It's
Should have asked that before I swore.
No. God, dude, last week, like, I went on a rant about I think Phil's head was swelling because, like, I wasn't a big Stone Cold fan. I just wasn't. And yeah, there it is. We can get into it again if you want.
If anything, Frank, I agree with you.
Did you?
What?
Did you watch it? Did you watch it? Did you watch that episode already? Oh my god, yeah. I thought Phil his head was gonna pop. He couldn't talk for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not at all impressed with either of you. That's
you guys are all there?
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Right. So Aidan, you're our guest, so you get to do the first countdown. So
okay, right. So 3, 2, 1, and play.
And sorry, here we go. So this was from I'm gonna do a little bit of Henry. So again, it's a much different feel this week, but from Raleigh Entertainment and Sports Arena, now the PNC Arena in Raleigh, North Carolina, which is, I believe, it was Raleigh. That's kind of the home turf for the Hardy Boys.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I wanted to ask you guys real quick. I loved this presentation of the China and Latino Heat Eddie. Loved it.
Absolutely love it. Yeah, China is looking unreal as well.
I see a lot of people. I used to get made fun of for this, but again, this is 22 years ago, so it's definitely a much different time. But I thought China was beautiful, absolutely
100%.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
especially after she got the jaw done.
Yeah, like I'm not look, and she acknowledged it too. Is like she had like a manly disposition, right? Which made for a hell of a presentation when she came aboard. But she added the she added the headlights, right?
The good stuff,
and then she fixed the jaw, and look, I'm one of those people that was waiting for her Playboy to come out. I'm not even, and I still have it. And I thought she was stunning. She was beautiful, and I hate that Intercontinental title, but again, love Trish's headlights. But yeah, I mean,
I won't lie, Frank. I was too young to even know what Playboy was back then. So,
how old were you?
August of 2000, I was 9.
Jesus Christ!
No, 8. Yeah,
I had graduated high school.
I was 10. So
you guys are killing me. All these top guys, right? Aidan, are you a top guy with AFS?
No. Slapnut for two or whatever.
Oh, so what is it? Is that the $49 tier?
The 29.
The 29. See, this is what I want. Because I want. I found you on the game event, right? That's when we started talking.
I was abusing Adam, and you started talking with him.
And you were like, so I hit you up in the DM, and I'm like, hey, we have Top Guy Theater, blah blah blah, and you're like, who, me? Like, question mark. And this is what I want. Like, I want to get to know, and I think there's over 3,000 members of AFS. I want to get to know every one of you. So it doesn't just, we call it Top Guy Theater, but and I've said this a million times, it's not just exclusive to top guys. Like, I want to get to know everybody. So I'm glad I found you, Aidan. I
appreciate it.
I just love to get to know other wrestling fans, and especially because you guys are overseas. Like, I will say Ireland and like that particular part of Europe, Ireland, and I'm not a human map.
So I tried to say or not.
Ireland, UK. What did you say? Aidan?
I said, watch what you say here now if you're going to start calling us the UK or anything. I was like,
Oh, no. I wouldn't do that. Because I was about to say, I want to go to Ireland. I want to go to the UK. I want to go to, is it Iceland? I think Iceland.
Iceland, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are a couple of places I want to go. So
Another AFS member is from Iceland.
Are there?
KJ, yeah. I think he's
I
think he's my push.
He's Iceland, yeah.
KJ,
yeah. You'll see him on some of the Zooms.
Yeah. There's a couple in Australia that I want to kind of connect with too. Like I just, I love getting I'm very into other cultures. I don't look at you guys as having a different culture. Just to me, a different accent. I really feel like you guys are in America and whatever, but just being a dork. So first and foremost, Aidan, how long have you been part of AFS?
I pretty much from the start. I think maybe the first month I was at that time when JR was doing the plane ride from hell, and they were pushing the shit out of it, and I was like, I have to hear this. I don't know what it is. I have to hear it. So I said, I look, I get it for a month, and
that was a bonus. I remember that was a bonus episode. That was a hot topic, and the plane ride from hell didn't really resonate to me until 2000.
No, I didn't think it wasn't as good as bonus as anything they've done since, but it was the one that sold me. So I've been ever since.
There was another bonus episode, or maybe it wasn't a bonus episode, but I think the episode that really hooked me into something to wrestle with was when he talked about being fired from WWE in 2008. Because I was at that show. It was in Boston. Okay. Boston Survivor Series when he brought a fucking gun to work. He did it at the TD Garden. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, it's funny that the Survivor Series is in Boston again this year.
Big Summerslam.
So, have you been at that? Is it? I think you're right. It is toot. It is toot toot.
I think it was toot toot. No, it's Slapnut. I still identify toot toot. I don't like Slapnut.
I identify with toot toot as well. I thought they changed my push to Slapnut, so it might be. You said it's the 29 tier.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you've been.
Can't stay up that late. I've a small son. He's only 15 months old, so pretty much all the way through this, I've had a baby. So I'm just like, if I can get sleep, I'm going to get,
Oh no!
But it's only in the last probably 2 months I've got to do a couple of them. Like the Ric Flair Rumble and one of the main events.
How cool was that? Adam, did you go to that too?
Yeah, I was at both of them. Yeah. Awesome.
How wasn't that, Aidan? What did you think of that? I mean, I don't know. Were you at his WrestleMania one too?
No, I couldn't make that one. Okay. But I thought I'd never seen that Rumble either, so that was really cool just to actually see it and then have Rick with it.
So here you are. You're killing me with the age thing because I remember watching that goddamn show on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I was one.
Yeah, see,
I was about the same age. My son is actually.
If Devin was here or Michael, they always remind me that I'm going to be 42. But yeah, that was an iconic show, and that's what's great about AFS for me is we can actually sit down with Ric Flair and fucking talk about that perspective, what that was like to watch that Rumble. It was insane, and we just did that with his WrestleMania 8. I mean, Adam, did you go to that one?
I was at that one as well. Yeah.
Because that's another one I just loved that show. And again,
it's something different because Ric Flair, he hasn't done much even though he's had 2 different podcasts, he hasn't done much podcasting. Yeah. So not many people know what emotions he was going through during both them times and his stories from them. So it's something different that other people haven't heard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think. Did you guys go to? I didn't go to Briscoe this. For me, it was this morning. It was probably perfect timing for you guys.
I'm not in that level.
Oh, was that a Top Guy only, Adam?
Top Guy only, yeah.
Oh,
there's maybe 20 of us there, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought a new car yesterday, and I was out enjoying that with my daughter. I had my daughter for a little bit today. We were up super early. I had to take her to swim practice, and then I was trolling the streets in my new ride. So,
nice. What type of car did you get?
I got a brand new 2022 Dodge Charger.
Nice.
So actually, Dodge Charger GT. So it's a yeah. I mean, I always say that I get cars like that to compensate for my smaller genitals. So it's all good.
That's why I have a shit car.
So, and you started. Why'd you pick SummerSlam 2000? Was this when you started kind of your wrestling journey?
Myself and Adam went to a show recently. We were chatting about this. So over here, we were still getting like free pay-per-views through some of the companies that we could watch the matches on. So Adam was saying he had some of the English stuff, so he could see, was it 6 of the pay-per-views for free.
Yeah,
but I had.
So
I only had Sky, and but they always gave SummerSlam away free every year for about 5 years in a row.
Oh wow!
But obviously with the time difference, we never saw. Like I couldn't get my parents to pay. Even I couldn't stay up for 3 in the morning before it started, or 2 in the morning. Yeah. But they used to do a replay on a Tuesday, and after school. So I remember coming home after school and watching the TLC and just being like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah.
And I love the Hardys and like just the whole roster here at the minute. Like I'm after watching the Raw and the SmackDown before this last night and today. Like it's just the roster and everything that's going on, and it's just so good. Like even like you were saying, like Eddie and China together at the Mama Seat. I'm like anytime I hear Mick Foley's music, I'm sticking up the hand and like that.
So just real quick, and Adam from Bama is here. And Adam, as you can see, buddy, we've got a intimate group today. Here he is. We'll get him in here. Eddie Guerrero and China, they win the Intercontinental title. Adam, buddy, what's up?
There he is.
About time you got me in.
So, what was I going to say? Adam, go to let me give you a quick time code here.
My laptop's being funny. I might have it actually working for once.
All right. Well, let me know when you're ready. So that was Aidan. That's my other question to you. Is for instance, are you still watching current product right now?
I watched Rumble and I watched Mania and I watched what was the one that they did in Saudi Arabia, but like I'm not watching Raw or SmackDown or anything like that. I'm just watching stuff in the network, so I'm watching real old stuff like.
So, like, when does Monday Night Raw air for you guys? Like Monday Night Raw and shut your ass. What does that mean? What is that?
It's either Tony Schiavone or Bruce Pritchard. I can't remember who.
I think it's Pritchard. I think it's a Pritchard.
Probably Bruce, yeah.
So when do those shows they air normal time for you?
They air the same as just they're like, but you can get them like 95 one day as well. Like, yeah.
Adam, what was that?
Oh, sorry, I'm on the phone.
No, sorry. There's 2 Adams here. So I'm gonna say when I say Adam from Bama, I'm talking to you, Adam. Right?
You can say porn star, either one.
The super mega porn star from last week, yeah.
So all the shows over here are live as well. So like they're 1 a.m. in the morning to start, like a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Is it Fox? What network?
So we do it through BT Sport. It's called
BT have it. Yeah.
So they'd have all the WWE stuff, and then we have to use Fight In for AEW.
Oh, all right. So, okay, all right. I knew AEW was on Fight, but you can't watch AEW live, right? Yeah. Isn't it next day?
Yeah, on Fight, yeah.
Holy shit! Do you have to pay for it?
Yeah, so it's €6 a month, and you get all the Dynamites and all the Rampages.
Okay. And have you checked out AEW at all, or no?
I've watched. I've got a couple of their pay-per-views, but I've never watched any. I've watched one Rampage, the one when Punk came out. I bought that one. It cost me like $5, so I'm kind of a bit burnt since. So I'm like, why do I have to pay a $5?
You had to pay for that Rampage?
Yeah, for that one Rampage,
which was pretty much honestly wasn't their best show. It was just Punk coming out.
Just Punk sitting in the middle of the ring,
right?
But Conrad sold me on it. A bit like fucking ad-free shows just sold me for not long enough, and I was like, okay, I have to go watch this.
So I again, we do. I would just want to make it clear that ad-free shows does not in any way, shape, or form sponsor us, but that's what brought us all together. So I always put them over. I will always show for them. So Aidan, what I'm gonna suggest is you got to try to make it and become a top guy. I think you'd I mean, being able to go to Top Guy Weekend. I mean, the connection that I've gotten with so many people. Adam is listening to some sort of porn music. I'm not sure. Adam said Bama Adam.
Yes, I changed it just for you.
Okay, BA and Chops.
Yeah.
This was we're on the so we're moving on, guys, to Jerry Lawler versus Taz.
Yep.
Oh, my favorite.
So a time code for you, Adam. Bama Adam. This is gonna be a long day. Just go to 42 minutes even.
Just say Bama. It'd be easier.
Yeah, Bama. Just go to 42 minutes even. We're about 15 seconds away from that. It's the whole Taz Jerry Lawler build-up.
All right, 42 even.
And we're at 42 even right now. So if you can hit play. Looking back, I always thought that this was stupid. The Jerry Lawler and Taz thing. But actually now I love it. Like
I agree with
any chance to get Lawler in the ring is good. Like,
yeah, I agree with you. Back here when I was younger watching this live or whatever, like I'd only watched WWF, so I didn't know how big Taz was. I didn't know how good Jerry the King Lawler was. So I was like, why are they having this fella fight a commentator? Do you know?
Yeah,
Jerry Lawler was a commentator. Like he wasn't one of the best fucking wrestlers out there. You know?
I remember Lawler coming in, and that's the thing. Like same thing with you, Adam, not Bama. Adam, not Bama. I was very much only exposed to WWF as a kid, so I did not know. Like, I mean, honestly, when Ric Flair came in the early '90s, I didn't know who Ric Flair was.
Woo!
I'm like, why is Bobby Heenan holding that belt? Like, what is going on here? And then Lawler came in what, 93, 92 or 93.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who the fuck he was because I just looked at him as a commentator, and then he gets in the ring with Brett, has that whole series with Brett.
That was 93. That was SummerSlam 93, him and Brett.
Yep. And but they had a bunch of things. Did they have the
Kiss My Foot match?
Yeah, that was. I remember the vignettes where he's Aidan. Have you ever seen those?
No, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Like there's vignettes of Jerry Lawler saying he hasn't washed his feet in weeks, and he was like I'll never forget.
He ain't changed his socks or nothing.
Yeah. His socks are disgusting, right? And then he's doing a whole interview, and they pan down, and both his feet are like he's sitting in like cow manure, like cow shit.
And he's got one toe at the sock where all the way through the sock. So his big toe is shaking out of the sock, like, oh, come on, Brett. Yep.
And
little do we know Miss Kitty be doing that 8 years later.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God. So is it? I mean, have any of you guys gone back, like Adam or Aidan? Have you gone back and kind of looked at Taz's career in ECW?
Yeah, I've looked at the ECW documentaries and a few bits that like Tony has done and stuff. But yeah, like complete badass. Like it was just a commentator to me. Like, but
exactly.
I think it's just the fact that they went after JR. Everyone saw Taz is the biggest heel in the world once you go after JR. Like,
I to this day, they did not use him properly at WWF. They just didn't know. Like, why bring in someone like Taz, which pretty much that signaled that was pretty much the death knell for ECW when Taz left.
What about Mike Awesome?
That was
Mike Awesome.
Yeah. How about him?
He was awesome.
On the mic.
They're just walking around in circles. What was he? That 70s guy, or what was it?
See, that's the thing. These guys, like he's like again, Mike Awesome, complete badass in ECW, right? Shows up like it fucks them over. Shows up in WCW as Mike Awesome, and then in a few months he's walking around like the fat chick Thriller, and that.
Yes, the fat chick Thriller. Yes. Sorry.
Like, come on, like. Get out of here. And again, that's another death. That was toward the last year of ECW that happened. It was.
Yeah.
So this is like I did not. This is SummerSlam 2000, right? So he came in January. Taz came in January, defeats Kurt Angle, and never does another thing again.
No,
but I suppose. It was roll the dice from JR, so he was rolling the dice on all the smaller guys at the time. So Jericho, Malenko, Benoit, Eddie, they all came in the same time, and some of them stuck and some of them didn't. And unfortunately, Taz, there's just too many small guys came in at once.
But did he really beat Angle, or was that an illegal chokehold?
It was illegal. It was illegal. Yeah.
It was an illegal chokehold. He never beat Angle.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the Taz mission was an illegal.
Yes, it was an illegal chokehold. Illegal.
Yeah, I'm going to fully disagree with you because if you look at the move, the hand is like this. It's supposed to be.
The strap's coming down.
That first time it wasn't though.
First time it was a chokehold.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna agree to disagree with you all on that one because I love Taz.
I love Taz too. Don't get me wrong. I love Taz. I'm just giving you shit.
Was that event the other Adam not from Bama? Were you at the watch along of Barely Legal, or was that too late for you?
No, that was too late. I worked the following morning, so I couldn't get this.
Yeah, because that was for me. I was ready for bed. That was 9 o'clock our time here.
Yeah, so it started at 2 a.m. our time. But like normally I would stay up, but I'd work at 8 a.m. so I couldn't.
Are you still now you work for Uber?
Uber, yeah. And
are you back in the office?
So we up until the end of the month we can do either. We can go in or we can stay at home. Starting next month it's 50-50. So you're rostered in the office one day, you're rostered at home the following day, you know. So it's a bit of both. Like we won't be going back in full time, which is good.
Aidan, what do you do over there?
I'm a sales rep for wine. So I go to restaurants and pubs selling wine.
So how was things when the pandemic happened?
I wasn't actually doing it then. I was doing the same job, but I was doing it for shops. So we were out the walls busy. Shops are up the walls for the pandemic, and then just as we kind of finished out, I'm after swapping to this job now.
All right, so nothing. It didn't really affect you.
No, I worked the whole way through.
Yeah. See, so I worked for a restaurant group during the pandemic, and they kept me, which is why I stuck around as long as I did. I didn't for us it was March 13th when the shit hit the fan. I don't know what it was for you guys over there, but
probably a week later it was like Paddy. It was like the 17th, wasn't it? Paddy's Day.
Around Paddy's Day, yeah.
Okay, hopefully this isn't a weird question, but is March 17th a big deal for you guys?
Not as big as you have it. Like it's a day. It's a bank holiday, and
it's a day that you go to 10 o'clock in the morning and you don't come home till 2 o'clock the following day.
Really?
Yeah, we don't. Yes. But we don't put dye in the river like the fuckers over in Chicago.
Yeah, right. So I lived in Boston for a couple of years, and holy crap, they do a parade. They're loud as fuck. I mean, it's really more for the college kids, but Jesus Christ, I really think someone was fucking outside my door one time. Like,
that was me, sorry.
Oh, Jesus, dude, keep it down next time. And damn, good job, that girl was yelling. But and it's not. I'm honestly not a big drinker, so like it's not a big deal to me, I guess. Not to be rude.
To it's a public holiday, and to be honest, every public holiday in Ireland is a session, really, Adam. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like it's a bank holiday this weekend as well, and I guarantee the pubs are rammed as well. Bar me and Adam sitting here talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a good reason to run around with Irish car bomb. Also, those are wonderful.
Okay,
what's that?
See, I was about to say
an Irish car bomb. You don't know what an Irish car bomb is?
No,
they're Irish.
Yeah, it means something different. I'm pretty sure over here. It probably literally means that.
It's a shot. I want to say it's a shot of Jameson, and they drop it in Guinness, and they dump it, like drink it all at once.
Yeah, like an Irish car bomb over here is literally a car exploding. Like,
yeah. See, Bama. Yeah, man. Yeah. Wow. So real quick. Jesus Christ.
Sounds like a good idea, other than that. But the name.
No, hang on. Okay. I'll go.
He's all embarrassed. He's like,
I'm drinking this shit.
I mean, do you have a drink like that where you draw? Like, I think I've tried that, but I'm not huge on beer. So
I don't know that one, but we would like a Jaeger bomb would be the one over here.
Yes, I'm familiar with Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
Right, you take the shot. And you drop it in. I don't know what beer it is.
Red Bull or something. Yeah.
In a what?
Red Bull.
Oh, Red Bull. Okay,
yeah.
No, I've never had that. I've had another one when you drop Jaeger. What is the easiest way to create? What is that?
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
That's StreamYard. That's what we use here at Top Right Theater.
That's what we're on right now.
There's an advertisement for StreamYard.
What are you showing me? Well, I'm not saying you're wrong. I've heard of it at Bama, but
two of us went point when you said it. Like,
sorry.
I'll just make sure y'all knew it wasn't just some dumbass Alabama bullshit.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it. It's just I think there was a lot of that during. I still don't fully understand, but there's a major conflict over there, right? So.
Well, no, it's kind of settled down, but like kind of around the time this show was happening, it was still rough enough. So it was, it's in our lifetimes, Adam, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It was in. If you don't want to talk about this, just say no.
I don't know.
Was it the IRA? That's what I'm. Wasn't it just like was it Civil War or was it like the British were trying to take some of your land? Is that?
So we would have fought for independence about 100 years ago. It would have been the early 1920s. But when we got independence, we only got independence for 3/4 of the country, we'll say. But the quarter that stayed under English rule kind of was constantly in fight and flux up to about 2000. So there would have been, like, I remember when I was about 8 or 9, late 1999, there would have been a car bomb in Bama and shit like that. So
okay, it
was right up to that stage. There was still conflict over whether it was Irish or English, but it's kind of settled down now, and everyone's kind of got a bit over it. But
it is, and it's not. Like it's still like
it's not violent anymore. Now it's not
violent. Yeah, it's not violent. Yeah, it's not violent anymore. But you still get the odd bits. Like one of my friends was going out with a girl from up in Belfast, and when he was coming out the following morning, her parents had to literally go under his car and check to make sure there was no bombs under the car.
Oh my God!
Back maybe 2 or 3 years ago, like.
Good God!
So, like, you wouldn't want to be a Catholic in a Protestant area in the middle of the night, or vice versa. Still, you could get a hiding, but like, it's just there isn't quite as much. So it's not as bad, but it's still not.
Is it it's so you just said Protestant and a Catholic area or whatever? But is it a religious thing too?
Yeah, well, I suppose the English, when they took us over, we would have been a Catholic country, and they were Protestants, and they would have tried to convert us, and religion has always been part of it, as well as Irish English.
Well, I mean, that's what happened over here. I think when everyone might like, again, we're talking about the 1700s, but they came over here to have religious freedom. A
ton of Irish would have gone to get away from the English as well. Yeah. So, sadly,
it still to this day. It's maybe I don't know if this is considered a political position, and I don't really talk about politics here, but I truly believe in freedom of religion. And religion is supposed to be a worship, peaceful, free thing, and we're killing people over it. I don't. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I completely agree with you. Like, and I think like that for anything, it's like you can do whatever you want to do. Just don't try and do it to me. You know,
right.
Don't shove it down my throat.
Don't try and convert me. You know, stuff like that. Like,
right,
just, you do you and fuck off.
Right, Aidan, you're at. You know what? I love that. You do you and fuck off. That's
shut your ass.
Like, I don't know.
I think that's a new topic.
I love it.
Is the vaccine a hot button issue over there for you guys, or is it pretty much everyone's doing it?
We just pretty much like I don't know, is it 85% people have taken all three or something? So it's like that. We just we just wanted to go out again, go to the pub.
Yeah, we're fully open. We're fully open for the last few months as well. Like so.
Yeah,
right. Isn't it more like, okay, they say if I get this vaccine, we can get life back to normal, right? Because that was the hardest thing. If I didn't have AFS, I don't know what I would have done during the pandemic, because I literally didn't go anywhere. I did not leave this house for the better part of 5 months, and then if I did leave, I had a mask on. When I got home, I think I bathed head to toe in hand sanitizer. It was like, you know, the minute somebody that I was around, like, you know, weeks before was exposed, I'm getting 18 fucking COVID tests. I'm super careful, super careful. I go to the first Top Guy weekend in September of 2021, and I came home with COVID. And let me tell you this. And Adam, Bama knows this, but like, if I didn't have the vaccine, it probably would have killed me. So I don't understand why we have so much. And Bama, you live in a very conservative area, right? Like Bama. So it's like, no, like there's so much opposition toward this thing, and I'm like, at this point, and here's a hot take, at this point, I'm over it. And if you don't want to get vaccinated, I don't care. I'm not offended by it. But if you get COVID and die, just remember you didn't want to get vaccinated.
That's all you, man. Yeah.
Right. And it's unfortunate, but like I'd like to be. We are fully open. Like, I feel like for me, life is back to normal. I'm back in the office, and I've gone to a shit ton of major wrestling events since. I've already been to God, how many AEW events have I been to? I've been to so many AEW shows. But so now there's
overnight in a hotel or two.
Yeah.
Nashville.
Do you still have to wear masks?
They're not mandatory, but we're getting the numbers are going up again, or to where I think it's going to happen, where like the minute the numbers go up, the East Coast mask mandates, which they haven't done yet. But I'm kind of go ahead.
We thought that, and like we had bad numbers recently, but it's coming down just as fast as it went up, and we didn't go back to masks, so you might get away with it.
My thing too is that I can see this being like remember I'm not sure what it was like in Ireland, but I know we had a major flu pandemic in the 1930s. I feel like we're kind of reliving that now.
Spanish flu, yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be one of those things where we're going to have to get a vaccine once a year. We're going to have to get a vaccine once a year and go.
But I got a flu vaccine last year. Like, I don't know what's the problem with vaccines. Like,
yeah,
my son has had 4 vaccines in a year.
That's the thing I've been saying to everyone. It's like just because, like, I'd say maybe when the flu vaccines first came out, people were probably like this as well. Why do we have to take this? I don't want to take this. But because we were born and it was a normal thing, we didn't even think about it. You know.
Have any of you ever had like not vaccinated, had a full blown flu? Any of you ever had it? It is
dire, yeah.
It is one of the most. I have never been sicker in my life. When I had the flu around, as it was funny. It's a year after this show. So the summer, I remember it was the summer of the invasion, WCW invasion.
Yeah.
There was an episode of Monday Night Raw where Rob Van Dam like comes through the crowd and like joins the alliance. That was in Providence, Rhode Island. I had a ticket to that show, and I had the flu so bad I couldn't go.
Oh no!
And that was
big bump coming.
Yeah, this is why we're covering this show. And can I ask a question, guys? If someone's chasing you with a kendo stick, is your first move to climb up a scaffold?
Oh yeah.
Not me either. I'm afraid of it.
Yes.
Not me.
I'd say that for like my third option. I mean, I think there'd be a couple more before this. I think there'd be a handgun somewhere in my first or second option.
I would love to talk to Shane and be like, what's the logic here, bro? What's the logic of doing this? I know it's a fantastic stunt.
Vince told me to do it.
Like, so when he gets to the top, did he think Steve Blackman wasn't going to follow him?
But see, I think it's a bit like Vince, that like you have to do everything that you ask your wrestlers to do. So that was him training Shane to, well, they can never tell you that you didn't make a big bump. You know, I think that was kind of part of it. To have Vince dressed up and Vince dance, you know, some fucking bump. Christ.
Look at this thing. So I'm at the you guys might be a little ahead of us. There he goes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Remember, wasn't it Shane and Miz that did that crazy ass bump at WrestleMania?
Yes, like 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 3 years ago.
Or how's he still doing it? Like, he's fucking aged. Like, Jesus.
So remember he did the elbow drop off the top of the cell on top of the Undertaker as well.
Yep.
He's the same age as Frankie's old.
Get the hell out of here.
I think this is shit he wanted to do, because if you remember Undertaker talking about how Shane would ride around with him, he said that he would just bug him about taking big bumps and shit. I think he talks about it in his Hall of Fame speech.
I think it's a respect thing. He wants the respect, so he'll do it to get it. Like,
yeah. I mean, well, this is his first big bump like that? I mean,
yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah.
Even I look back at because I remember watching this show live, and I'm like in my room screaming, "Holy fuck!" And my father's like, "Watch your goddamn mouth."
Frank Bruno.
Let's see. We're going to skip.
Those kendo sticks hurt so bad.
Well, that's
kendo stick hurts worse than the bump.
So
have you tried it? Have you had one?
No shit. Yeah, I've been hit by kendo stick.
Yeah. So Adam and Aidan, Bama worked for a while. He was in the business for a while. So he's
like a kid.
How long ago was that? Like 15 years ago, Adam?
2010, 2011 was my last match.
Yeah. He was one of the Doink the Clowns.
I told you that in confidence.
Oh yeah, dude. I don't know. How do you? I'm watching the replay of that bump. I don't know how. Like, he's got to hit that the right way. Oh Jesus Christ! Like, how do you do that? And I'm so afraid of heights. Like, just watching that makes me.
Those bumps ain't that bad. Or not.
But the thing about it as well, like, he's going backwards as well, so you can't even see where he's landing.
Right. I mean, so guys, we're gonna move to match 7, which is the tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE. Oh my! Which is, let me look at my notes here. It is gonna be at 1 hour 29 minutes even. Then you got Jerry Lawler over here. Go ahead.
I just watched the replay, and Shane bounced when he hit the pad. He bounced.
Yeah, there was something protected.
Where it was padded. Right? Oh god, yeah.
Let's see.
I took harder bumps than Boy Scouts.
All right, so 1 hour 29 minutes even, which is the tables, ladders, and chairs 129. Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's the doing the edge. I'm like, why is the camera moving like that? They're doing the edge thing. What do you guys think of Edge's new music?
I'm over Edge.
Like currently?
Yeah. You're over it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm over Edge. Just leave, like, retire. Like, you've had your moment. You've had your 2 WrestleMania.
Fuck off, yeah. Hall of Famer, like, fuck off.
I understand that, but like, you know, like he's getting a WrestleMania match, and the likes of Finn Balor isn't like, and you know, he's.
Thank you.
You know, Ricochet.
Stone Cold had a fucking match. You're giving Edge hard time, like, come on.
Yeah, but it was Stone Cold's first match in 19 years, though. That's the difference.
Yeah, fuck that guy too. Like, why?
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. They're not pushing anybody, so they have to bring these guys back. If they were starting pushing these guys like a Ricochet, like Austin Theory, all these guys.
Real quick, are you guys at the time code?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go with a. You there, Bama?
Yeah.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, and play. And we're panning the crowd. It's the classic Edge and Christian Open.
But just before we get into it, I have a question for y'all.
Go ahead.
Why is this the first TLC match, but the match at WrestleMania isn't?
Did you say y'all?
It wasn't a TLC match.
I don't think it was.
Just
wasn't
ladders.
the WrestleMania? It wasn't the WrestleMania match was a ladder match, but I think they incorporated the other two, didn't they?
Yeah, but there was no difference, like, you know.
No, you're thinking of the WrestleMania after this.
WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, but it was just ladders. There wasn't as many tables and chairs. There was no tables set up on the ramp the way there was the following year.
Yeah,
but there were still tables and chairs used. Those, what I'm getting at, you know.
Oh, yeah, but they weren't set up going down the ramp though.
That's what the difference is.
But that was the following year. There was tables, there was chairs, there was ladders. The boys pulled them out from under the ring. Then.
I'm still stuck on him saying y'all like he's from the South. I love that. I have to ask y'all a question. I was like, "Whoa, Adam! Wow!"
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
I spent too much time with you, Bama.
Oh my gosh!
I'm rubbing off on him, yeah.
You rubbing out on him? What did you say?
I'm rubbing off on him. Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
Well, we're from the South as well. It's just a different South.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think of the Hardys still wrestling right now? Adam? Are you one of those? Maybe they should retire too, kind of people.
Matt Hardy, no. I think Matt's doing a fine job, but I'm just sick to death of Jeff.
I'm not gonna look. This again, a hot take, but I think they need to go too. Like I went to an independent show where they returned, and it was fun. Yeah. It was a cute little, quaint little it was like a town hall kind of place, and it was fun. And not Ricochet, Jay Lethal was on the show. It was fun. I got to see the Briscoes for the first time, and I became an instant fan of them. But I mean, there's no need for Jeff Hardy to. Adam, I'm sure you saw this from where he was on the side of the building and he jumped off.
The side of the building.
So it was a Dynamite. They had that tables match.
Oh yes, yeah.
And he climbed up on the side of the blade and all of them. Yeah, on the side of the fucking building and jumped off. I mean, this guy's gonna kill himself. There's no need for that.
But he's gonna kill himself out of the ring if you don't put him in the ring. He'll do a 100-foot jump on a morbike and break his fucking leg again. You know?
You're right. No, you're right about that.
Yeah, but the difference is
Jeff's a performer. If he's not getting the adrenaline, he'll go on drugs.
Yeah. Well, that was his.
The difference is you won't have millions of people watching him die on television.
It's AEW. No, there's going to be no millions.
Yeah.
Max. 990,000 max.
I'm very curious what their business model looks like because, I mean, they've got TV. I'm wondering what TNT and TBS pay them for those shows.
Yeah.
But I mean, AEW's been fire. I mean, we went to Boston a couple weeks ago. Adam, did you see the Wheeler Yuta and Moxley match yet?
No.
You did? Holy shit! You got to watch that. It's not this past week's Rampage, but the week before.
Yeah, the week before, yeah. I must watch it, all right. But I've seen it got a 4 1/4 star rating, I think.
How many?
James Cornette tore that down. James Cornette said, "What's the big deal?"
4 3/4. Sorry.
Who? Jim Cornette said, "What's the big deal?"
he said, "Oh well, they just did a bunch of moves." He looked at it like this. He says, "Why Wheeler Yuta? Why not one of these other guys that has been busting their ass since the beginning of AEW and push one of these guys that have earned it? Why Wheeler Yuta? Why this little skinny 135-pound guy? Why not these other guys that were more believable?" That
Like
was
who?
his point.
Like who?
Oh Jesus!
Did he?
Did you just see the?
He
What is
gave an
it?
example. And I
Bomb?
can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, the seesaw.
Yeah.
There was one part of the match I did see though, and it really, really annoyed
Oh!
me.
That's you just saw it there.
The part where Yuta got the WrestleMania 13 Stone Cold pose really annoyed me. It really annoyed me. It was like find your own fucking shit, like, to get people over. Like, don't be using other shit, like,
Well, right. So I will say this. Is AEW is paying way too much attention on on WWE.
Yeah.
So what Tony Khan typically does is he'll come out before Dynamite and say something. He comes out between Dynamite and Rampage and says something. And I went to so I've been to Dynamite twice in like a 2.5 month span where they were in Connecticut. And is this the What's Up? Nice. This is the What's Up? Yeah, you gotta,
Yeah, this is a chat.
Oh!
Now, I'm gonna be weird and watch how they don't crush his nuts.
I always wonder that. How did that do it? Like,
yeah, well, he always hits the leg.
It's a working forehead. It's a working forehead. That's what.
Well, what I just noticed is again these men must be very confident in their sexuality.
He pulls the forehead.
Right, to like teabag him. He literally just teabagged the guy. He just gave him a slight kiss on the nuts, and that was the end of it.
But, he Antonio'd him. Oh, okay.
Oh Jesus, Antonio. Yeah, Antonio this week is at a Funko Pop place that I would die to be in.
I would die
to be at a Funko Pop place.
Are you into Funko Pops, Aidan?
Oh fuck, I've loads of them.
I'm
going to show you my wall now, just to put it into perspective. But this is my wall behind me.
I'm close.
So that side is all WWE, and then over here it's that's my unmade bed. Sorry, that's the television show The Office. I have a problem. Yeah, I have a problem.
I have a whole room upstairs with shelving all around the upper part of the room, and they're too high, and they're nearly too deep at this stage. And they're all over the house now as well, randomly. My son has taken a huge liking to one of my Star Wars ones and won't put it down. He's nearly taken it to bed with him at this stage.
Oh my god! So do you have?
Georgia hats.
What'd you say, Adam?
I collect my Georgia hats. That's all I collect.
Oh yes, yep.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Yes, God, I love you, Adam.
So, Aidan, do you get into any? And I say American sports. Do you get into any American sports? Or are you strictly?
No, I'm getting into American football at the minute. So I'm a Vikings fan, and I'm adopting. I'm adopting Alabama as well because I'm listening to Conrad talk about it so much.
Oh, you're adopting the side, yeah.
I'm done.
See, the Vikings thing. What is it about the Vikings? Is it like Dalvin Cook?
I really like Cook. I really do, and Jefferson has really just caught me as well. So kind of was like, you have to pick a team just to get interested in. So I just picked them. It's like, I don't know about you, Adam, but like any Irish fella, like, oh, who do you support in American football? They're like, why'd you support them? Don't know. So I just like, I have a buddy who's a Cardinals fan, and I was like, why'd you pick Cardinals? He was like, I was able to buy a T-shirt one day, so I just
okay.
But Frank, it is as simple as that. It's either like buying a T-shirt, or I know a Browns fan because the first thing to watch was Draft Day. So the movie Draft Day.
Okay.
So I know a fellow who became a Browns fan because of that. It's certain things like that you'll be weird. You wouldn't believe the stories people have of how to support teams. Like,
But like we've no connection to it. We've nothing. You know, I have family in Chicago, so I would have said the Bears maybe 10 years ago. But like, I watched a couple of Bears match, and then I was like, nope.
Well, they suck, right? They suck. Yeah. They don't. I've told the story a million times, but this spot. Oh shit! I'm at the spot where Edge. Oh Jesus! Oh boy! He's sandwiched in between the ladder. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's the next spot's the next one. Jeff with the big fuck off ladder.
And this is before they started using them plastic ladders too.
Plastic ladders. Get out of here.
These are the real aluminum ladders right here.
Well, right. Now I think they're fiberglass, or they break.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Fiberglass. Yeah, fiberglass.
Sorry.
I knew what you were trying to say, though.
My bad.
Aluminium.
Is that how you guys say it?
That's the rest of the world calls it like that.
What do you call it? It sounds like you're saying adamantium, like that stuff that is in Wolverine's body. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounded like to me.
Aluminium.
Yeah. See, I just thought you said condominium. I'm like, yeah, I'm actually looking to buy one. How did you know that?
Save it, Conrad.
I was looking at a townhouse in Delaware when I was looking at a job, and I went through Save with Conrad.
Delaware.
Yeah, it was like a year ago. I was going to be working for a minor league baseball team that was their affiliate. So with baseball guys, there's like farm teams. There's like the minors. So there's a couple of. So this, I know.
Like where Michael Jordan went for his.
The white. So he went
to the Birmingham Barons. I watched him live, and he was terrible.
Yeah, it was. That was a farm team.
He struck out twice in one game. I'm like, this dude sucks. Go back to basketball or bowling, wherever the fuck you come from.
So the job was for the affiliate to the Washington Nationals, who had just won the World Series, which I thought was amazing. But I didn't wind up getting it, so it's all good. It's not.
Their loss, Frank.
What?
It was their loss.
You're damn right, because I'm a damn good accountant. I just need to learn the business. That's really how it is.
Tell him to shut your ass.
Shut your ass.
Yes.
Shut your ass. That's on the Big Bang Theory. But yeah, so my football story really was that I started watching football in '93, and the Patriots were a horrible football team. This is before Drew Bledsoe. So I picked the Houston Oilers, and they were horrible for most of the 90s, and then they moved to Tennessee and became the Titans, and the rest is history. So, is this the big bump? Oh, yeah. That ladder is fucking massive.
So, have y'all watched the new Broken Skull with Bully Ray?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's the 4-table bump. Oh, my God. What's the new one, Adam?
It's Bubba Ray Dudley.
I haven't seen it. It'll be good.
It is good. They actually talk about this match and the next match they have the next year on the differences what this bump compared to next year's bump. It's him and Matt Hardy together, if y'all remember.
Yeah.
And he talks about how we're going to top last year's, which is this bump. And he says, well, maybe if Matt goes with me, it'll be better.
Was it 4 tables or 6?
It was 4 tables, but it was him and Matt both. And they talk about how they move the metal pieces under the table. They move them back to make it a wider sweet spot to hit the table when they're coming down.
Oh, so I didn't realize they fucked with it.
Yeah, they can. They can fuck with some of them. That means you can't move it a lot, but 2 guys going down at the same time, just through them.
That sounds like a wild porno. Wild porno. 2 guys going down at the same time.
But they also talk about the sequence of that bump compared to when he spears Jeff Hardy from the top.
Yeah, that's an iconic shot.
They actually got into an argument about that as far as what sequence they wanted to go to. And they actually ended up going to an upstairs suite and argued, like yelling, screaming at each other, trying to get everything situated, how they wanted to get the match done. It's pretty interesting. Y'all need to listen to it.
Yeah, I watched that definitely. I love Bubba.
I won't lie to you, Bama. I didn't listen to a word you said because I was just watching Lita. She is so fine.
Yeah, my wife is awful upset because I told her that I had a big crush on Lita. Well, I still have. And every time Lita comes on, we're watching wrestling, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's your side bitch, is it?" And I'm like, it's like she's a lovely woman. I wouldn't mind if it
was. That's your hall pass.
Fucking big time.
Yeah.
Oh, she hit her head right there too. God, she hit her head hard. That spear was nasty.
There's innuendo in that as well.
She hit that head hard.
I think Frank's after muting himself.
How did Matt Hardy?
Yeah, I'm a dumbass. I don't know why I muted myself.
How did Matt Hardy not break his neck here, like going up against the heart like that?
So do you see where Edge speared her and tucked his head around to make sure she was okay? What he was saying was, "I bought the condoms, baby." You know, it's like,
hope your neck ain't sore for later.
Oh, even though that's like 5 years before that happens, but still. I think Mark Nelson was at this show.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I think. In fact, during the Austin match, I think you can see him from what I remember. Right? No, Austin's not in this one. Right?
I was going to say, Austin match or
rewatch? This is North Carolina. This is North Carolina.
And I'm also going to say North Carolina.
What'd you say?
This one's in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, why would it be in North Carolina?
Because he told me he went to I gotta ask him if it was 10 SummerSlams in a row.
Oh yeah.
I think this is the Hardy's first title win, if I'm not mistaken, or unless it's a different one. Oh, obviously a different one.
I was gonna say I don't think they won it because I think wasn't it that if Vince said that the entire crowd's gonna know.
Yeah.
Matt
Hardy said that on his podcast that he was to win it, and then Vince was like, "It's too predictable."
Oh, was that? I thought they said the first time they won it, they were in North Carolina. No, maybe it's a different one.
No, it was the first time they won the tag titles. It could have been because it was a Raw back in '99 when the first won the tag titles.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, no, I just thought it was.
So it could have been. Yeah. But yeah, no, they go on to win it the month after in the Steel Cage match at Unforgiven.
I gotta say, so there's an Unforgiven match. I think I think it was Hardy and Edge that were fighting, and Hardy did his leg drop off the top of the cage.
Yeah, that was the month after.
Holy shit! How did you not break your fucking ass bone doing that?
That's a hard bump too, from the top rope leg drop. That's a hard bump.
Well, look at Hulk Hogan from doing that leg drop all those years. He could.
Two boys are going to be in bits.
See that bump right there? That's not bad. The Bubba Ray Dudley bump.
Not bad. It didn't look like it was fun.
No, it's really not. But because by the time you get the tables slow you down. A table bump is one of the easiest bumps to take.
Unless the fucking metal swings and cuts the shit out of you,
or that liner that goes on the outside. If it gets your neck or something, that should hurt.
I missed it the first time, but they showed the replay of them hanging from the titles, and Devon fell. Christ's sakes! I mean, one wrong move and the neck is snapped. It's insane. And these guys are athletes and fucking pros. I don't care if it's a scripted show. These guys can go. Guys, we're going to switch over now to... We're going to watch the last two matches, Kane and Taker, and Rock and Triple H and Kurt Angle. So we are going to skip over to... 1 hour, 58 minutes even.
We're skipping the Stinkfest match.
Yes, we are definitely going to... I mean, it's that. Hopefully, they sprayed their buttholes and pee-pees for so that wasn't a stank. You know what I mean?
So are we going from the start of the video package or the start of the entrances?
I think it's. Let me just double check. What is that?
158.01 is the entrances.
Perfect. Yeah, Taker's just turning the corner.
Yeah, so let's start at 158.01. And we're just going to finish the show. So we got another 40-something minutes. Y'all have to deal with me. So let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
All right. So my mouse not working now? There we go. All right. In 3, 2, 1, play. So,
your mouse always works when I'm around.
Oh, there it is. Aidan, when did you kind of like? I'm assuming you're taking you're not really watching current product now, is what you said, right?
I just can't. I try. Like I said, I always watch probably the big four, but it just doesn't get me. Like
right.
Becky's
So when
the only wrestler I care about. Like
who?
Becky Lynch is like literally the only one I care about.
Oh no, I love what they're doing with Becky. The only thing I didn't like about Becky was how they kind of buried Bianca Belair at last year's SummerSlam. Like Becky comes back, big thing, and then she loses in like 5 seconds.
Fuck her.
I thought it made sense though. I
What?
thought it really made sense. Yeah, because Becky's coming back. She never lost the title, and she's coming back. She wants to win it back, so she'll try. They want to turn her heel. So the best way to turn her heel is by burying Bianca at SummerSlam. And then you have this big redemption story leading to Bianca winning it back at WrestleMania.
I think we're biased. We're slightly biased on Becky as well first.
See, they buried Bianca, but didn't really do a very good job of turning Becky heel.
Well, I think they did afterwards.
I think she did it herself. I think she more or less did it herself. The company did not help her at all.
No.
But it's like Stone Cold. I don't. She's not ready. She's never going to be a proper heel because too many people like her. You know.
Well, yeah, I don't. Austin's heel run wasn't all that good, quite frankly. I didn't.
Yeah, I think
they did everything they could. They put him in the alliance and everything, and it just didn't work. You know.
I think she's the same. I think you're swimming upstream trying to make her heel. Too many people like her.
So I just want to. So the go home Monday Night Raw for SummerSlam 2000 was actually in Providence, Rhode Island. So I was at that Monday Night Raw, and Kane and Undertaker had something go on. I can't remember what it was. If Kane had a match and Taker.
Kane had a match with Rikishi and kicked the absolute shit out of him and hit him like 14 times in the head with a chair, and then Undertaker came down and kicked that out.
Right, and then didn't he put Kane through the ring?
No, that was a few weeks before that. Undertaker put Kane put Undertaker through the ring. That's what turned Kane heel.
All right, I need to go back because I was legit. I was at the Go Home Raw, and somebody went through the goddamn ring at that Raw.
It could have been that one, yeah. But that's how Kane
turned
heel.
I watched it yesterday and I didn't see it, but I was drinking, so
I'm gonna check now because
what I think was what I think the story behind it was, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be Undertaker and Big Show at this SummerSlam, but then they sent Big Show away because he wasn't good. Remember they sent him back down to OVW in 2001.
He was getting fat too or something.
Yeah. Was this when he went for the fast?
This was a last minute kind of change, like.
He went from Big Show to Huge Show.
That was good. Okay, that was really good. That was good. Big Show to Huge Show. Oh my god.
Was it Bruce or JR that was talking about they'd be looking for like Big Show and he'd be out the back smoking fags, eating McDonald's.
Was he really?
Yeah, send it off like production assistant, go off to McDonald's and get me 4 Big Macs.
So real quick, I just want to let everybody know that fags in Ireland is cigarettes.
It's cigarettes. Oh. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I knew that. So anybody that's watching this, Aidan is not being mean to gay people. That's what they call them they call them that in the rest of the world, don't they?
I don't know.
I know. I think they do. I think they do in England too.
And stuff.
Yeah, and I think they do because I've known a couple people. What, Adam, Bama, you okay?
Adam from Bama was dying.
You all right? What is the matter?
I think that got all over.
In Newcastle, they call them tabs. And I remember I was over in Newcastle a few years ago, and I was outside smoking one, and some fella walked up to me, and he was like, "Do you have a spare tab?" And I thought he was talking about a tablet, I was like, "No, man, I don't take drugs at all," and just walked away.
Yeah, what the fuck? No, I think in Australia they call them fags too. I just didn't want. I wanted to make sure that people.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
don't apologize. I be you. Say what you got to say. I don't care. I just don't want. We're living in the. I don't know what the Me Too movement is like over there, but over here it's like if you say the word, if you fart or burp in front of the wrong person, you're going to get canceled. So
yeah.
It's a little different in Alabama right now, so it's all right.
Why? What do you mean?
Because we ain't got as far as the people up north have.
Well, like honestly,
we're just now learning how to use computers and shit to cancel people. So
Alabama only got electricity last week, sure.
Oh,
we're catching up. We're catching up.
Wow. That was
Adam went in snug there now.
Yeah. Wow. Shit. Oh, is this does Caden get blood on this? Because his mask is all torn up.
Yes, he does.
He does get color?
Yeah.
You know what's funny now is that now that we're like we have all these podcasts, right? We all talk like we're part of the business. Like, does he get color? Is he bumping correctly? Is he like we all talk?
The one I loved was JR went off on one. It was like, oh, I popped for this, and JR was like, you popped for this, and he fucking lost it on some question on the podcast.
Yeah.
Did you watch Ask JR anything? His last episode, like.
Christ, I'm afraid to.
I was just listening today.
Paulie B was doing it with him, and he tried
he went
so
mad.
hard to get him to be Red Ash JR. It was comical. Every question he was like trying to put a little bit more into it, just to try and get him Red Ass, like, you know. And you could see Paulie B in. He was laughing the whole time. It was comical.
Did JR see? That's why I said I'm afraid to is because like JR will rip your ass a new one for anything.
Yeah, I got it last time, so I don't listen to it right now.
What do you mean you got it last time?
No, because he said something about what was it? I can't remember what we were doing, but he had a who is it that he likes? The Western guy.
Western guy.
Yeah,
Did Eastwood? No. John Wayne.
John Wayne, yeah.
John Wayne.
He had like a John Wayne hairpiece or something, and that says something about getting it signed by somebody. And then Paulie B says, "Yeah, Adam from Bama said something about getting your hairpiece signed." He goes, "Yeah, well, he something about Alabama Roll Tide. He just called my ass about something." And I put it in the comments. I didn't even tell Paulie to say nothing. I was just being funny in the comments, and Paulie just read it out loud. And JR crawled my ass.
Yeah, that's the thing. So like I was very I was kind of put off by JR. The last he did a like a live Zoom with us, and you were you there for this, Adam? I don't know if you O'Neill, were you at the last where where he ripped Anthony Pires a new one for the Patriots?
Yeah.
I was put off by that because he's talking about he says like, oh, there's a football, you're gonna go Pats in, gotta get your shit in, go Pats. It's April right now, pal. I mean, football isn't even relevant. No one's talking about football. And he goes off on this, and Pires is just like sitting there, like, what's going on, kind of thing. And you talk about football being relevant, but I mean, he comes out to the Boomer Sooner anthem and every one of his goddamn shows. He talks about the Sooners all the time.
Yes.
So like, why would you insult one of us like that? I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's his shtick now or he's just got to be mean.
Yeah. Do you think he's just doing it as part of his gimmick? Like,
honestly, that's not a gimmick to me. I just think he's an asshole. Quite frankly.
Yeah, but do you think that he's doing it more like before? Like, he never used to do it to us. But the fact that Red Ash JR has been mentioned the whole time, do you think now he's just doing it just to do it? Like,
I think I agree. Yeah, I think it's like Eric with the Fires Back. He went a bit hard on it there for a while, and he was like burning every comment that Conrad put on him, and he's going to stop. I think JR is the same. He's leaning into too much, like.
But he just says, believe me, he says what he wants. But it just, I don't know, put me off a little bit. I mean, I'll get over it. And I'm just going to tell you right now, because we're watching they're showing the package of Triple H and Stephanie, and I really wanted to watch like a Kurt Angle, Stephanie McMahon sex tape back then. Like, it would have been really nice to just watch those two go at it.
Or just Stephanie by herself, yeah.
Well, look,
I'm not for that one. Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. A porno's better when the dick's going in because you get to see it all. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm sounding weird. I'm sounding weird, but it's like,
it's when you're picking the guy. It's when it gets weird. You know, like
I'm not meaning to pick the guy. I'm just saying.
Oh, Kurt Angle. Oh yeah.
No. I can see that now.
Next live Zoom anyway.
I was more tuning into the fact that I would like to see Stephanie McMahon's wobbly bits, is what I'm trying to say. But you know,
me and my other wrestling buddy, other than Adam, his crush is Steph, and I was just like, what? Like Stephanie McMahon? He's like, yeah, like, but there was Trish and Lita and Kat. You pick Steph? He's like, yeah. I was like,
there's something about Stephanie McMahon now.
But
I'm talking about like now. Like he's the same age as me.
Always. And ever since she came onto television, like when she was the GM of SmackDown, she was top of the range. Like,
yeah, but that's fine. You're still talking a couple of years from now. Like she's not that level yet. Like.
I mean, I was digging. Oh Jesus, the whole 69 thing. God, I was digging.
Kurt Angle again, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, get out, Jesus Christ. Everyone watching, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it to come out that way.
Kurt Angle and Chris Jericho. And Mayo.
Like Trish, I really liked Trish. I really liked Lita. You know, another one that I thought was sexy as hell was Ivory.
Moolah.
Yes,
yeah, Ivory.
Ivory's very underrated.
Yeah, Ivory was sexy as fuck.
This is right up with your Stone Cold comments, lads. Nah, fuck off.
Wait, go back and watch the Royal Rumble bikini contest. Ivory is smoking.
Her body, yeah.
This is still like the Stacey Keebler era, lads. Like fucking hell.
I don't know how y'all want to take this or nothing, but Luna, as far as body wise, if that whatever she was trying to cover up, she had a nice little body that down.
No, Luna. I thought Luna was all of those women. Well, besides Mae Young, her little thing there. Those saggy tits to this day haunt my head.
Hound dogs.
Yeah, definitely hound dogs.
Well, did you see that comment about the Jackass match at WrestleMania? And it was like, oh, glad to see Mae Young's son getting into the wrestling business.
The big hand, yeah. It's a Mark Henry, Mae Young's hand finally getting at WrestleMania.
Oh my God, that was
the
amazing.
Second generation is coming.
Holy shit, that's fantastic. I saw something on Twitter where they remember when Wee Man body slammed Sami Zayn. They were like, "Oh, that's just like when Hogan slammed Andre." I was telling you that was so good. See, now they're showing this whole makeout thing. This is why I was like, I'd love to see the sex tape because, like, see how they're getting at it.
Right, where's your hands there, Frank?
My hands are right here. My hands are right here.
You suck.
Well, that's the thing. He could be like, "You suck," and then she starts bobbing the knob, like,
bang me, bang me. Where do I put it?
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, we always say this.
Do you want a milk delivery here?
Milk. We always say we're off the rails, but I have to be honest, we're never on them. I don't think.
So just looking at him coming out, I miss the entrance aisles, the big S. I miss all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's so generic now. It's really just generic. Like, the one I used to really love was Backlash. Remember they had the swinging hooks?
The swinging, yeah.
I miss that shit like that.
I watched the Summerslam and even the old Summerslam, which just the circles going over the ring.
Yeah,
it's just like,
so
cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Olympic home record, nice.
There was a sign saying "Angle sucks." You like that one, Frank?
Oh God, you're killing.
All day, every day.
Oh, and then there's Bama. Yeah. Then there's Bama. I don't remember what he was talking about.
Frank is regretting inviting me in for this.
I never regret it. Believe me, I can take a good ball busting. I'll tell you that right now.
He's apologizing. He says, maybe I should apologize sooner. I apologize for not kissing her sooner. That's why, because the feelings I have for her or whatever. That's what he's talking about right now.
You have the closed captioning on right now?
No, I've watched it yesterday.
Oh, I was going to say, because I didn't think you guys could read out there. I love you. Look it up.
Sweet home Alabama.
Well, Frank can kiss my ass.
So do you? This is weird. Do you guys do a good American accent? Let me hear your American accents. Can you like fake it? No. You can't do like some sort of Yankee thing, or I don't know.
No. Yeah, I probably can. I don't know, should I?
It's okay. I don't care.
The fact that we're recording it is probably why they don't want to do it.
If I have to, please. I don't edit. You know what I'm gonna say? I could edit it, but I don't really edit a thing. Like that fag thing is staying in. It's not going anywhere.
Oh, great! Thanks very much.
No, look. You should be able to call cigarettes what you fucking call them over there without somebody me tooing you out here. That's fucking what it is. You're not derogatory toward gay people. That's what you call cigarettes.
It's just the way you said that fag thing ain't going nowhere. That's just the way you said it. It was just like, wow, wait a minute.
If they have a problem, they can say it to my face.
Yeah, there you go. So this is the big story where doesn't Kurt Angle get knocked out?
Yeah,
and he doesn't know where he
smack off the ground. Yeah.
All right, so I want to see that bump when that happens. Again, we're talking like we're in the business. Talking like we're in the business.
Well, I mean, I have the access of saying that stuff.
So, Bama, you have a nice little new project coming up. Do you want to tell us about that before we get to the table spot?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I gave you the chance.
There's a podcast coming out, and it's me and 6 other fellers, and it's going to be kind of.
Frank's gonna love that.
Well,
you asshole! That was great. Oh my God.
Frank's the pivot man. So there's
wow.
Oh, damn Nashville. Anyway,
shut up with that.
Sorry, man.
So
go ahead.
They wanted to do kind of like a Sad News Bears type vibe, but then it's going to be more or less breaking down a couple of matches. Like our first match that we're going to watch is the Dustin Cody Rhodes match.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
We'll kind of break it down. They want me to kind of do like an in-ring type look to it. Mike Whitaker, he'll have something to do. Then Coach has something to do. Brad, James, El Karai, Brad Stanton, El Karai, and the devilish one himself, Devin Dowling.
Oh boy, we're here real quick. Here it is.
Oh,
he's
out, gone. He's gone.
Yeah,
gone. You could see it. You can see it. Like, look at Triple H is grabbing him. Like, are you okay?
Yeah, he knows straight away. He's out like a light. He doesn't know where he is.
Look at his face. I've never really gone back and watched this.
He's like straight over him, or like he fucked.
And you know what? Before Kurt said this on his podcast, I would have been like, he's a great actor. You know?
Like Triple H is like probably walked by the ref and went, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, the sledgehammer.
Goosed.
Like triple, like these are the here. I was just gonna say the Rock's not even there yet. Here comes the Rock now. All right, so this brings me into real quick. Aidan, do you have any championship belt collections or anything like that? Or any...
Oh, fuck that.
No. Okay. Yeah, so I'm a big dork for the old belt. So if you can see behind me, I've got the winged eagle, and then I've got the belt the Rock's holding. I just had made. It's behind me, like.
No, my Funko Pop collection is as far as I go with spending my money on stuff I don't need. And Lego, I have a lot of Lego.
Oh, I love Legos. I could go.
It's not Legos. It's Lego. It's
Okay,
not Legos. There's no S on Legos.
Whatever.
No, you say it right.
Thanks, Bama. I appreciate it.
Well, you're right. We say Legos, but it actually is Lego on the box, right?
Yeah, but even plural is Lego.
So I'm a big Harry Potter dork, and I would love to get.
Are you kidding? You're a Harry Potter guy. Never would have thought it.
Fucking love Harry Potter. Yeah.
Never would have thought it.
I have the castle upstairs.
Shut the whole thing. You son of a bitch! Because I was just about to say
my wife got it for me for Christmas. It was I was just like
all because we sell. Is it the whole castle, or did she have to buy?
Yeah, the whole castle.
Did she have to buy all the individual sets, or can you get it all in one?
No, I got one. It has the founders, the minifigures, stuff. I'll send you a picture.
Oh my God! Yes, God, do. Holy shit! Here we have to buy them in pieces.
No, they did different sections. No, this is the whole. The two boys are fucking like these two fucks. We're supposed to be talking about wrestling.
I don't. We go on tangents on this show.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hogwarts.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When you're talking about football.
Yeah, Top Guy football. Yeah, we can get out during the football season. If the Titans lose, the Titans lost to the Bengals at 7:30.
If the Titans lose.
No, it's usually when the Titans lose.
When, yeah.
When. When the Titans lose. Thank you, Vikings fan. When the Titans lost to the Bengals, they lost the game. It was about 7:30. I had a recording at 8:00. I was
freaking out. Yeah.
I was not. You can tell. Like I just wasn't. Like I was. I don't know. Like it determines my mood sometimes. It's weird. Like, but are you guys like that? I mean, you say football out there, right? We call it soccer.
No, soccer.
So,
I flip. I would say football or soccer.
I say soccer because of Gaelic football. So I say soccer.
Oh, fuck off, Adam. For fuck's sake, Limerick can't play football.
Limerick are due, how do you know why?
I will say
we were due 20 years ago. Give me a fucking break. Yeah.
I love the passion. Like you don't see that in American football. You don't see I'm trying to think what it was where you guys everyone will just sing together. They're like, oh, whatever it is, and they're swaying in the stands. I don't know if it happens that I've just seen some matches. I think was it the World Cup? I think it might have been the last World Cup.
We do it for everything. Like I was watching a rugby match earlier on. We have songs and everything that everyone's singing.
But that's amazing to me.
Yeah.
We don't do that in
Yeah, but you have all the tailgate and stuff. We don't have that either. We don't have go to the match and then we go to the pub.
That's kind of nuts.
You have that first bit that we you just go.
I'm going to a soccer match now on Monday night. And we'll go out at 5:00, have 3 points, and then go to the game. So there's no tailgating.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's no tailgating, but you're kind of doing it when you go out and have 3 pints, right?
Yeah, but you're just going out for 3 points. It might as well not be a match. There won't be a big, everyone will be spread around, and then they'll all come together for the match.
Every game. So I went to see the Titans against the Patriots, and we got there 11:00. The game wasn't until 1. And we were out in the cold, fucking eating soup and drinking. And I mean, I wasn't drinking, but it was. I mean, it's in Buffalo. They have you seen some of those videos, guys? The Buffalo Bills, what they do to each other?
Yeah.
They do wrestling. They put people through tables out in the parking lot before the game.
Yeah, we don't do that.
I whipped their ass.
Yeah, sure. Didn't Josh Allen say? Didn't Josh Allen say that if they won the Super Bowl, he was going through a table?
All right, I kind of want him to go through a Super Bowl so he can go through a table, break his back, and never play again.
Don't need to worry about that. Okay.
That kid was crying.
A table bump won't hurt him. He needs to take a flat back bump on the apron.
No. But here's the deal: they don't put them through the tables in wrestling. They put them through the video I saw was a plastic fucking table. A plastic. We got to run in toward the end of the show here, and it looks like Michael McClanahan is at the porn place again. Hang on.
Yes.
McClanahan is in his fishbowl. What happened to him? There he is. Something happened. Yeah, all right. So yeah, something's going on. I gotcha.
Tell him to shut up, Michael.
You must be getting to the raunchy part.
We're good. Hey guys, thanks for the run-in. I ended up getting done with work early, ran over here, and I saw that a couple of our friends were having technical difficulties, so thought I'd tag in for the end.
No, man, it's all good. We've been having a good time. We've been talking. We learned about what cigarettes were called over in Ireland. So Michael, I don't know. Do you know?
And your obsession with Kurt Angle, that was another.
Yes,
that was another.
I'm obsessed with Kurt Angle's sex tapes.
Kurt Angle's small package.
His dick.
Yeah, Michael, we're toward the end of SummerSlam 2000. We were just talking a little bit about Angle taking that bump where he gets knocked out. Remember, he talked about that.
Oh yeah, that's an iconic bump because I don't know if you already talked about this, but you figure that solidified Kurt Angle in Vince McMahon's eyes as the main eventer. The fact that he finished that match, which I know nowadays you really probably wouldn't want to do due to concussion protocols, but 20 years ago, different time.
Oh, speaking of ends, look at her end. Holy crap.
Well, that's the thing. We were just like, I've never really watched the bump, so we just kind of watched it, and you can tell like Angle was not right. He was just not. He was moving funny. He was in like the fetal position at one point. Triple H like turned him over and was pushing him, trying to knock some sense into him. Well, not knocks. That's the wrong way to say it, but so yeah. Nowadays, that's it. You're done. Like, could you think about this? Like, Angle always talks about how he competed in the Olympics with a broken freaking neck. Now, fast forward to what happened to Big E. If this was Big E 20 years ago, Big E to finish that match, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So that's how. That's
very true. Yeah. I never thought of it like that.
It's interesting how much the times change, and I think it's with Kurt Angle. It's interesting when you consider this was his rookie year, and he's in the main event of SummerSlam. Who other than Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, and maybe Braun Breaker? Can you think of anybody else that's had such a quick ascension within the ranks of WWE? I know Braun Breaker's not there right now, but I think we could be talking about him being a main eventer within a year.
I think he should be.
I
think he's the one to beat Reigns for the title.
Braun Breaker?
Yeah.
I'm inclined to agree with you there, Adam. I think he could, but I think the title, actually, I could see Cody being the one to take that belt off Reigns.
Yeah, what did you guys, I wanted to ask, what did you think about, did it matter, like Adam, did it matter to you that Cody, was that a big deal for you? Like, I was really excited to see Cody. Like, to me, I'm still at heart, as much as shitty as I feel WWE has been for the last couple of years, I'm still a WWE loyalist at heart, so I felt that Cody coming over was like the first big kick in the nuts for AEW, because he came over as the American Nightmare from AEW. There's nothing different about his presentation in WWE.
Yeah. But
he's the same thing.
I thought it didn't bother. Like, when I first heard the news that he was going there, I was like, it's grand, like, But the entrance at WrestleMania was outstanding. Mm-hmm. It blew it out of the park, like, It made it feel like that he was a main eventer, which he deserves to be. Like, he's very good, like, I thought he got a raw deal at AEW with the crowd, like, like he was getting booed. I don't know.
Dynamite was in Boston in October, and he came out, and holy shit. I was just like, I'm looking around and like everyone's like ready to run to the ring and kill him. I'm like, what? All because he beat Aleister Black or he beat Malachi Black? What?
Yeah.
What?
I liked it.
It went a kick in the nuts to me. I don't think it really mattered whether he left or not, as far as AEW is concerned. Because what did they lose? They ain't missed a step since he left.
No, I haven't. But this is the thing. You can go around the room and talk about this, but like they have signed way too many people. I mean, what is Keith Lee the Rampage guy right now?
I got one thing. If Cody was never an EVP, would it be a different story?
Can I interject on that, if you don't mind?
Go ahead. Please.
So two points to that. This is Frank's initial question and Adam's question. I loved seeing it happen. I think it's actually a bigger deal than people realize because people don't realize it, but in a roundabout way, bringing Cody in the way he did, that's Vince recognizing and legitimizing AEW in a way, in a roundabout way, because it's an AEW gimmick. I mean, it was Cody's gimmick before AEW, but you figure they didn't change the presentation. I know it's because Cody owned it. I think it's a big deal. I think also it doesn't matter the fact that he's an EVP makes a statement, but to me, even if he was a top tier talent, it would still make a difference because to me, in some ways, and we could kind of twist the question, go around the room on this, Frank, if you don't mind. I think in some ways, him going over there, it almost diminishes AEW and makes it seem second tier because people could start looking at it as, hey, I can go on this national platform of AEW and hone my craft. And if it's good enough, I can move up to the big show of WWE. I know not everybody likes to always think like that, but it's just something that could happen. I think there's good and bad for both companies as a result of it, is what I'm trying to say, and I hope that makes sense. But I'd like to kind of go around the room with your question, yours, Adam, and kind of mine, and just say, what does this mean for AEW? I'll tag in on one thing you said, Frank. I do think they've signed too much talent. I really do. I think that it's wonderful that they have it, but it has to be utilized in a certain way. I think having ROH is going to help with that. Because I almost think what you need to do is have a specific ROH roster, and maybe you move some of your AEW talent there. I think it's doable, but I think we need to be careful there's not an oversaturation problem, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
I have to make 2 points. So first, to Michael's point there, I agree about the oversaturation, because this is exactly what WWE did 5 or 6 years ago. And look what they have had to do in the last few years.
Yeah,
They've had to get rid of a lot of people. And going back to Bama's point about, is it a big thing about him going over? You are correct. It's not right now, but it will be next year and the year after when all these contracts come up and are out of date.
Yeah. That was what I was going to say. It depends who follows him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just because it's Cody, it makes a big deal.
But that's it. But what about in 2 years' time when MJF is up and he's looking for a move?
There we go.
And this
there we go.
I think MJF owns his music too. So think about the hottest heel in professional wrestling, that music hitting, and he's coming out on Monday Night Raw with the same person. That's the thing. When you own your own gimmick, you can take your presentation anywhere you want, and WWE could put their WWE big production spin on it. I think.
Can I twist the question a little bit here and address something? And this is going to go towards Tony Khan, and it's going to sound negative, and I don't mean for it to, so I want to preface with that, and I apologize, Tony, if you ever hear this, because it's not meant directly at you, but
we're not on Tony Khan's radar.
But the question the question that I have is,
they could have pushed us over.
Does this show a flaw in sometimes when you are more collaborative with individuals as opposed to Vince McMahon, who has more of that authoritarian management style of ownership? Whereas, like, if Tony Khan is more collaborative, do you think that could be a negative?
I'm curious, Michael. Is someone being murdered behind you?
No. There's people at a table behind.
Sounds like a ghost.
No,
I thought somebody's being baptized.
Oh, what are you? Or I don't. Maybe we're getting the Angle and Stephanie sex tape we were all hoping for. Michael,
we all or just you? Not no, we all, just you.
Michael, I love you, buddy. Aidan, are you? I mean,
for me, like, Cody isn't an AEW thing. Like that's all stuff he was doing before. But like, I don't watch AEW. The only match I've seen of him was him and his brother 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Great match, fantastic. All I've heard is what Conrad's talked about in the last 2 years. And
yeah.
I was like to see him. I like to see him come to WWE, but like, doesn't bother me. And I don't think AEW is a threat either way. It's different. Like it's a different audience. It
is because I look at AEW as so. I gotta watch the way I word this. Now here comes Angle. Can barely walk, but AEW is more wrestling centric, where WWE's pay-per-views are more wrestling centric, but all their weekly shows are heavy on setting up the pay-per-view angles, so it's more gaga and in-ring segments and shit. Like SmackDown.
That's a great point, Frank. That really
right. Like
sorry to interrupt you, but the difference is when you watch Raw or SmackDown, you get top talent. Like I've watched a few AEW bits, and it's a bit like 1980s JCP. It's
you didn't know, right? You didn't know, like
it's beating people I have no fucking idea who they are. Like Moxley versus I don't fucking
know. They do. Yeah, so when we go to the shows, like they do this web show called Dark Elevation, I think.
And Dark.
Yep, Dark and Dark Elevation are both web shows. Dark Elevation, I think, is what they filmed before Dynamite.
Before Dynamite, yeah. So it's all of like the top talent versus like local independent wrestlers. So it'll be like FTR, like it was FTR versus like these two guys, and there was a chant of "Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you?" Because it was true. I know who the hell these people were. So what? And we're so too like, but that was back in the day. It was the top guy versus the jobber, and then you got the big match at the pay-per-views. Yeah. We got during the Monday Night Raw, that all went away, or Monday Night Wars, that all went away because you were getting like a Juventud and a Mysterio on Nitro, or you were getting the Dudleys and the Hardys on Raw. Like so it's definitely, we're not tuned to that stuff.
But is that the angle he's going with? Like the live events are going really well, pay-per-view, like it's like he's thinking JCP.
I think you're right there. If I can interject for a second, because what's the biggest gripe that you sometimes would hear on WWE television is they have the pay-per-view and the next night they do the immediate rematch on Raw, or they even have the match on Raw for the pay-per-view. Whereas to me, like all of AEW's pay-per-views are can't miss. I actually try to schedule to be home for them. Whereas and I know people picked on me about this on our sister show that our friend RJ Krasinski does, the Ringside Rant. They picked on me because I took my mother to a Shania Twain tribute concert the night of WrestleMania. But my argument was, I can catch WrestleMania when I get home. It's not, must see, got to schedule time to see it. So I think that's where the booking of AEW's pay-per-views does fall more into that big event feel.
Mania is different.
But I get what he's saying there, because you can go on Peacock and watch it whenever the hell you want. You already have a Peacock subscription. You just, it's like on demand. Where AEW, you got to buy it. Like it's $50 to buy an AEW pay-per-view. So if you're gonna spend $50 on a pay-per-view, you're gonna make sure you're sitting there watching it live when it happens. And what I do like about the AEW shows is that they're kind of like the network now. Like I buy them on Bleacher Report, and on Bleacher, so I've bought every AEW pay-per-view, so I have them all archived, so I can go back and watch them if I wanted to. But yeah, they become, because there's only 4 of them a year, they become appointment television essentially. But kind of back in this, like this was a $30 pay-per-view back in 2000. I paid $30 for it. I'm gonna make sure I'm out of work, at home, in front of the TV, ready to watch it, and right then and there.
And here's a question to kind of go off that, if you don't mind. When you look at the pay-per-view structure, could you say, and I've made this argument on the show before, but I always like to bring it up when we have different guests, could you say that when WWE made the switch from traditional pay-per-view to the network, that in some ways that was a disincentive to write compelling creative stories, and you could rely more on, say, your archival content to get people to buy the network, and then your premium live events become almost secondary?
I think it's the biggest difference is that AEW are holding back. They're doing, what was it, 4 pay-per-views a year? And I think if WWE did the same, they'd kill them.
I agree with you.
They pull back their storyline to 4 pay-per-views a year, they would murder AEW.
That's
it's
a
going month to month is killing them.
That's
because
phenomenal.
I watched Rumble. I like Rumble. Lita was there. Happy fucking days. Oh, there's another pay-per-view in 4 weeks. Okay, I'll watch that. And I watched SmackDowns and Raws in between, and they had me for Lita only, and nothing caught my interest because it was too soon. If they had her to Mania, but I just I checked out straight away.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks. I think it was even 3 weeks because they went to Saudi Arabia, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly. So I checked out from there to Mania.
Elimination Chamber.
Did you watch Elimination Chamber, Aidan?
Yeah, watch that, and then I checked out and I picked up Mania, or I picked up Hall of Fame. Never watched anything but it.
Like I don't watch the Raws the way I used to. Like I mean, the last couple of weeks since Cody's come back, I've been very interested in seeing what they do. So what I used to do is I used to I'd let them record for the first hour and a half, and then I'd go into the DVR at like 9:30 at night, and so I could fast forward through the commercial. And I've started doing that again, but for a couple of years, it was just like I just go online and see what happened. Because I mean, how many times can I watch the Viking Raiders come out and get squashed, or you have a great I hate seeing the I call it like the degradation of what they do to NXT stars. Like the Viking Raiders presentation was great.
Yeah, and they murdered them and made them so mad.
Now like they were having a basketball contest with the fucking Street Profits. Woohoo!
How about when they had the spelling bee with RK Bro and Alpha Academy, a literal spelling bee?
What's funny too is now
I thought it was funny.
What?
I thought that was funny. I thought that was a good segment.
Oh, it was funny. I actually didn't mind that.
Well, you know what's funny to me is that I've always thought Chad Gable's a top tier wrestler, but what got him over is going shoosh,
please.
What? So just to put a bow on this, The Rock retains his title. Kurt Angle is carrying out a knocked out Stephanie McMahon.
Love them roofies.
Oh my god. This SummerSlam great show. This was a great show. They always put their all into SummerSlam because it's like their summer WrestleMania, right? Aidan and Adam, I want to thank you guys for being here. Bama Adam also. Aidan, I always like getting to know new people, so please keep in touch. Hit me up on Twitter. Just shoot the shit. I have no problem with that. I hope you'll become a top guy and eventually come out to Top Guy Weekend. Although I get it, you've got a Funko, a Lego addiction, and you're selling wine, and a 15-month child. I get it. My daughter's 12 now, but
he has a castle too. Wait a minute, he has a castle.
Yes, he does. He's got Hogwarts. God damn it.
I didn't tell how much that thing cost.
So what I like to do is go around the room and just kind of get final thoughts. And Aidan, we'll start with you. Just kind of final thoughts on SummerSlam 2000.
I just fucking I love the show, everything about it. Even some of the matches we skipped, there's some fucking great stuff in there, like
right.
But it's loaded from start to finish, from like the Good Father and the Right to Censor and all that kind of crack. But no, I really enjoyed it, and didn't think I'd abuse you quite as badly as I did. But look, it's been good.
Abuse me?
You and your Kurt Angle fetish.
You didn't abuse me. Come on. We're having fun. And so what's crazy is SummerSlam 2001 just started, and I forgot they used remember that song "Body" when the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
The body. That's how the next one starts. But go ahead, Aidan. I'm sorry.
But no, it's good, and it's good to do it with Adam as well. We only went to an indie show there about 2 weeks ago together, so that's the first time we met, and now we're doing this together, which is good, kind of cool. And we only know each other through ad-free shows. Like,
we'll see, the ad-free shows bringing people together.
How was the indie show? How was that?
I was gonna say, what was what was the main event?
It was. What was
the
Kings of the North
versus
what's your man's name from Impact? Or not WWE even.
Eric Young and Axel.
I like it.
Axel Tischer. So it was Eric Young and basically Joe Alexander Wolf that was in Imperium.
Oh, okay.
It was him and Eric Young together, yeah.
I think they used to be Sanity. And
Sanity, yeah.
Sanity, yeah.
They
actually said it was the first time in 3 years that they actually teamed up. So,
yeah, cool. I loved the Sanity presentation, and they just butchered it on SmackDown.
You know what's funny is people forget Nikki Cross was a part of that too.
Yeah,
she was badass too when she did that.
So yeah, other than that, we knew there was one girl that we're mad about Session Martina. That we think that's the next Irish big wrestler for me, and I don't know what you had.
Yeah.
And other than that, it was kind of a lot of Irish talent. It was good crack. Myself and Adam were just booing everyone. They were supposed to cheer and everyone was supposed to boo. We got abused from a height by a fucking babyface as well, like call us marks, you know.
He's a heel.
Fucking
Mr. Adam O'Neill, thoughts on SummerSlam 2000?
Very good show. The main event was a classic, even though the one thing, like, obviously it worked with the storyline, but I just didn't like the fact that Angle wasn't in the match. But for the storyline purposes, it did work. TLC is the TLC, fantastic. Overall good show. It brought me back to my younger days of being really, really into it. Like, you know, I was like, I can't wait till next week to watch it. Like, you know, that type of way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, really enjoyed it. And of course, good to have another Irish lad on here as well. So
that's what I was hoping to do. It's kind of like an over the pond edition, you know. Fucking Lance Storm over here on this fucking thing. Bama Adam, my brother. What'd you think?
If I can be serious for a minute.
No.
SummerSlam 2000, good match, good show. You know, like Aidan said, even the ones we skipped over were good. But sitting here watching 2001, how different it is from 2000. Like, there's so many new people because of the invasion angle and everything. Just how much it's changed from 2000 to 2001.
Right.
And I'm not sitting here and watch this just because I want to see how much different it is. But yeah, it was a good show. I'm upset because it feels like I'm the one that didn't get to kiss Stephanie McMahon. And it feels like I got left out. Whatever this is with you and Kurt Angle, that's between you guys.
Jesus Christ. I'm never going to be able to attend a Kurt Angle Zoom now because somebody's going to
say you will not.
Someone's going to say something.
I
don't feel bad. Theater, Frank Bruno confessed his love for you and wanting to see you penetrate Stephanie McMahon. Like,
and your small package.
Don't feel bad. I got called the troublemaker on the Breakfast with Briscoe Zoom today, but that was a lot of fun.
Why did you get called the troublemaker?
Yeah, I gotta hear this.
He was.
Because I used my iPad, which I don't normally do for Zooms. And as I was doing that, I'm texting something on my phone. My phone is up like this, and it was within view of the iPad. The iPad had me raise my hand, and it took Gerald off the screen.
Oh my God!
And what is the one thing we're told on Zooms, lads? Do not raise your hand.
I didn't do it on purpose.
So when you raise your hand, it moves you front forward?
Yeah. I didn't even realize because I was trying to rebook some flights on my phone as I was doing that. So I'm, half paying attention. I already have my question, but I'll tell you what, in all seriousness, Breakfast with Briscoe and Taylor is a sleeper new addition to AFS for top guys. And even when they announced in the archive, everybody who's not a top guy, go watch it. Mr. Briscoe and Taylor are great, and I think they've got another hit with that. As usual, AFS bringing excellent content just like we do here at Top Guy Theater.
And it's not a month. Is it a monthly thing?
Yeah, yes, a monthly thing for top guys.
So Frank,
grab.
And it went over 2 hours as well.
I do want to put out the Kick Out Crew podcast.
Oh, right, we were talking about before. Yep.
So if y'all would just go follow and tweet all that stuff.
It's called it's just Kick Out Crew, right?
Yeah, the Kick Out Crew pod.
Would you have a start date for that?
We're going to record next Sunday. I believe it'll be our first. We're going, like I said, we're going to do Dustin and Cody, and we're also going to do the FTR Briscoes match.
Oh, from Supercard of Honor?
Yes. Yep.
That's
Are
fantastic.
you allowed to say, Adam, who's all involved in that? Or if you don't want to, you don't have to.
I can be, because this won't come out until what, next week?
This comes out now Friday.
Okay, so I can tell you it is James Elcorai, it is Mike Whitaker, Brett Stanton, Devin Dowling, Coach Rosie, me, and James's friend Jesse. I think he's going to be part of it, but I ain't heard yet. So
is there going to be a YouTube channel? Is it a video thing? Is it just a pod thing? What is it?
I think right now it's a pod, but like I said, I'm just the old Alabama boy that watches wrestling.
Do you know
I just
what
show up when they should.
But do you know what all of you have in common except for Jesse?
We're all AFS fellers.
Well, yeah, but you've all been on my show. So remember that. I'll put you over if you put me over, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah.
Right. Put TGP over.
I like the other place.
That's a
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Unlike that other pod. They never put you over.
Oh, good old FFP. We love you. All right, we're gonna close it out, guys. I appreciate everyone being here. I'm going to, because we technically recorded early, I'm gonna spend my Saturday night enjoying this that I picked up today. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna check it out.
Please let me know what you think of that. I'm very tempted.
I bet he plays for Kurt Angle first.
I was tempted too, and I brought.
I bet he picks Kurt Angle first.
You're gonna get a spoon and eat my ass. That's what's gonna happen.
Frank, you know what you need to do?
Here we go again with a spoon.
You need to make Charlotte Flair the champion of all WWE. And I'd like to point out one additional point. How wonderful was that last night when we got to see that horrible reporter Drew Gulak get exactly what he deserved. I love seeing her lock him in the figure eight. And I'm going to make the prediction here, ladies and gentlemen. Charlotte Flair will be the first individual ever to become the WWE Universal Champion. The first female Universal Champion is Charlotte Flair, and it will be wonderful.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for the wonderful. On that note, we're going to close it out. We're going to run our intro. I thank everybody that came today, that's watching. We love you all, and we'll see y'all next week. I don't know who the hell we got next week, to be honest with you, but we'll figure it out.
14 WrestleManias.
A leg drop, an elbow smash, a body slam.
Are you ready to fight?
Who will survive?
He's got him. Goodbye.